Hi, all chess goodies, and welcome to the longest series on my channel, the Chess Grind to the Top. So yeah, I'm coming back to streaming daily, most likely. Sorry about that. There's the cause of a small delay as well, because I was a little bit sick after the tournament I played, which I might talk about even a bit more during the stream. So I played a sideline against an Icon defense where I just get a fine position. And that's it basically for free. Of course, e5 and white should be even more better than in this position, but here you do not have to know the theory at all, and here just fine. You are just better actually. Okay, yeah, that was expected, and then bishop b3, keeping this diagonal. For example, bishop g4 is a blunder because of tactics like this. And well, the tournament I actually played really good. I scored 5.5 out of 9. And I got myself to 2,000 FIDE rating. It's not official yet, but at the end of the month I should get over 2,000, which is really nice to get such rating in FIDE as well. They want to push d5. It might be this, but I don't think you want to do that and weaken your king. Oh, but now this is a thing. Not really ideal. In that case, well, yeah, I need to deal with it now. Yeah, I misplayed it, but still not losing, but questionable. And also I would like to propose an idea. Oh wow. Oh wow. That was something that I did not even consider, but about that idea is that if you would like to see a stream where I would talk about the games from the tournament, because it was classical chess, so really nice games, much higher quality than this one, honestly. And I could talk a bit more about my thoughts during each game, and a little bit about the stuff around, how is the preparation and stuff. So maybe I was thinking about that I could do one stream like this instead of usual grind. Okay, now let's back to this game where, well, the position really is not what I wanted. A pawn down actually, but still playable. At least I wanna think that. I'll play it against this knight because the knight is really bad. The queen goes there. The pawn can be targeted nicely. c3 and doing this. This is an idea maybe with f5 for him. Yeah, this position is not good, but gotta play on, I guess. Yeah, I'll try c3 and doing something along this diagonal. Okay, f5 and queen g5 does not work. There's also the bishop in the way, so that's not really a thing. At least something, but of course, yeah, I almost played it with the spin. I was afraid of the d4 pawn. That is most likely supposed to be played differently. Queen h5, I'm not really sure though. Like, I can just draw back, and I will do that. We'll just draw back, hit the queen. My king actually is not that big of a danger. Just kind of surprising, but it is this fact. Yeah, I'll just play queen d2, and this is a threat that, yeah, I would just threat to win the queen. But I was not expecting my opponent not to see that one. Maybe. Oh my gosh, I might be trapping the queen anyway. Is it? No, yeah, I have to do this, and then there is rook e4. So I should be winning an exchange, but still, it is an exchange down at pawn with these pawns against the bishop pair. Still, the knight is bad, but it can come back. Of course, yeah, I'm hoping that my opponent will just move the rook, you know, because rook e4 just really should be good enough to win the queen. Or like bishop g4 would have to be played, and then queen h3, and then the queen would be loose anyway. Okay, so bishop backs up, so my opponent saw that the queen would be doomed there. So how about rook e4? Anyway, queen h3. Like, I don't have to take the exchange, you know? I don't have to. I cannot do this. Is there a different way to try to trap the queen? This would be really nice. And do I have 3 moves? I'm not sure. But you know what? I'll just hit the queen, then take the rook, and then maybe try. I guess that's not even that bad. Oh, if I go back immediately, this is not a thing. This is not a thing, although it is. Although it's not. Interesting. Yeah, really hard. I just wanna get the queen. I just wanna get the queen, and that's it. Well, yeah, I think. Okay, if I back up and then that, or that, bishop d3, can my opponent stop that? What can my opponent do against bishop f1? Not a whole lot. And honestly, I don't see a way. to get out of it. I'll try it. Maybe it's genius. Maybe it doesn't work out. I guess we'll just have to see. Okay, rook moves. Now we'll see whether my idea is actually working indeed or not. Oh, so that is the way. That's how my opponent escapes. Okay, that makes sense. Although, not so fast. Not so fast. There is rook g4 now. If rook takes... Yeah, rook takes d5 is annoying. Then I'll have to back up with my bishop. That's what I'll have to do now. I think that my opponent will just sack the exchange. Yeah, it is very likely at this point. And I burned so much time as well. Just back up and then try to move the queen, but... Oh wow, doubling up is coming. If it... Yeah, doubling up is coming. It doesn't seem to great, but I still don't regret trying because it was really close, honestly. It could have gone either way. Maybe still trying. But no, I don't give up, actually. Okay, I'll try this. I'm like trying everything, but I don't see it working out. It just takes. Yeah, it seems just barely not making it. Yep, there's the capture. No, I mean, my bishop is hanging as well as my rook. Yeah, this did not work out. And now there's even this. Okay, my opponent missed that, but it is of course still just completely winning. Of 3 pawns that I had to sack in order to try to make it work. Okay, I'll take that. At least, we'll see. Okay, knight takes, just knight takes. Okay, I'll take back with the pawn at the end of the day. It should be the better recapture. And it still is not over yet, actually. Another pawn under attack, and this bishop is really bad so far. I think I'll just develop the rook, and although Yeah, then there would be checks like this, which I'm not completely sure about right now. Maybe getting the queen to 8th rank might not be a bad idea. Pinning the bishop. Okay. No, I cannot do that. Okay, I'll go here. Pin the bishop, as I was saying. I think it is a good idea. And now, yeah, now I gotta go knight f1 to keep some protection, even though knight e2 I really wanted to play, but not happening. Okay, now rook is capturing. Maybe f3. But my chances still seem really slim. But yeah, I think I would try f3, then maybe this check. Okay. So is there an immediate knockout? Oh no, oh, that blunders this immediately. Great, but there is still bishop. Still bishop. Oh my goodness, I knew that that check was not possible. We both were so blind. You can see that even 2200s. That this happens even to 2200s. Yeah, now I'll resign. But I knew about it initially. But it just happens. It just happens crazy enough. It actually happened to me from the other side as well. But like, come on. Here in this position, I actually played King H2 with the knowledge that diagonal is covered. Or maybe I was thinking about it already here. That's possible. But yeah, okay, I still... Yeah, here. I'm interested. I definitely should have take... Oh no. First this, and then take on a fate, right? Actually, no. Bishop g5. Oh, wow. Yeah, I know what this is about. So, the engine goes... Yeah, this was not right, because it simply was not working out, and then I'm just down pawns. But here, bishop g5 is the same idea. It threatens rook h4, doesn't lose control over the d5 pawn. So this, still, rook h4 is threatened. So h6 or f6 only options. And f6 just weakens the diagonal, and no, not that, but h6. There is queen e7. And yeah, it is better. I can see now. But yeah, the ending was really funny. But it was kind of like... It doesn't happen like this. But I think that I missed the free queen. Also because of just the fact that I was already resigned in my mind. So yeah, I was just playing moves and expecting to lose. By the way, who was this? Okay. That's actually quite a great grandmaster from Czech Republic. And yeah, I almost got him. He was a really great player, but right now, well, he has passed his peak, but still he's a great coach. and great book writer. And I played him second time on the stream actually. I've already played him once. Oh, I'm on the move. Okay. And yeah, I played martial attack and lost there terribly. But here I actually, well, out of the opening I was worse. Yeah, I messed up with that pin. Okay. Am I fine with the pin? No, I'll just prevent it with h3 first. But but then, yeah, I really got chances, and I'm not gonna count the thing with the queen, which obviously was stupid for me not to take that, but at the same time, like, it is fine. It is fine. But actually, I'm also a bit proud of myself that I was looking in directions not to just grab the exchange, but I was looking at the queen because I felt that the queen was really in danger. And I went for the wrong moves, but at least I had the right idea. And that's actually essentially the difference between rapid chess and classical chess. In classical chess, you simply got the time to actually count deep and figure out the right way. Even though 90 minutes plus 30 seconds, which is the usual time format, is not that much. Like, I enjoy even a bit longer time controls than that. Okay, do I want to play d4 here? It is quite shut down. Knight wants to remaneuver that way, I'm sure. d4. Queen there, bishop e3. Okay, I'll back up this knight first and maybe c3, d4. Bishop e3 also, I think. And yeah, this has already begun. Yeah, I think that bishop e3, that yeah, I want to make this shift. I like it. Okay. So my opponent chooses to go this way. Okay. This is asking because the diagonal is weak right now, and c4 might be an interesting breakthrough right now. Also, just d4 makes sense. No queen b6. d4 is the solid approach that just works. And c4. Yeah, I'm just afraid that my opponent would just play this. And then that, so... yeah, it's not really working there. Otherwise, I was thinking at c4 and let's say d4, I might even take. And take advantage of that pin. That was my initial thought. And if pawn takes, then something like that. Although it would not be even hitting the knight. That is true. So maybe it was not working out all along. Well, let's just drop the bishop back to f2. Now with which knight? Do I want to recapture? It might not matter, it most likely won't. So let's not think about it too much. Yeah, it did not it did not matter. And now with the queen or the bishop? My feelings tell me that you want to take with the queen and centralize that piece. Okay, that is definitely the idea, but is it the right idea? Because I got a c4 move planned. No, I'll just play b4 against it. Yeah, I'll just play b4. c4, I don't think it really works out that nicely, but now castling is not possible again. And this is asking like Bacchus undeveloped himself with the knight, now with the bishop. So it is quite strange. Okay, now develops this way. Okay. Okay. Now my opponent exploits c4 as a weakness. Fine. I'll try to shut it down. Even though bishop c4 is coming most likely, I can play bishop f1 to counter it. But yeah, rook c8 was just the most logical follow-up. There was really nothing else that could possibly come. Now new problem. Rook c4. Yeah, that is quite a problem. I was laughing about it on development, this strange move, but yeah, I guess b4 was just too much. It was not right. Yeah, okay, I guess I want to back up immediately. That's, by the way, I think I should have done instead of pawn to b4. Just queen back to d2. And it would be fine. Life would be fine. But still, it should not be that terrible. SMC3, and then I'll try this. And the other pawn is weak. Although maybe it's not possible right now because the bishop would be undefended. Maybe it does. My bishop takes first, but no, I still think that rook c4 is impossible. Now there is bishop f1, so that's great. That's great. So I'll just continue with my plan then. With a4, b5, shutting down the bishop, and then proceeding with c4. Okay, my opponent understands. Understands immediately. Okay. a5. I'm still getting counterplay. Okay, castling was made. Do I take and infiltrate somehow? Try to do that. No, I'll opt for bishop f1. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I don't like it, but yeah, I don't like that bishop more. Yeah, most likely with the king. The king is a bit open. But should not be that big of a problem. c3. Yeah, now there simply is pressure. The capture is also coming. Capture on b4. Yeah, this is nice. I gotta take. Gotta take now and then defend this way. Maybe double up on the A front, try to do some damage there. But now you see what happens. Oh wow. That is possible anyway, yeah, that makes sense. So it seems like I'm only getting down a pawn. Maybe only. Okay, I'll put more pressure on that pawn. But yeah, I wanted to say that that's what happens when you create one weakness with a pawn that can't go backwards. One decision like that, and that's what happens. But okay, this really doesn't look good. So I guess I need to take... I'll already take, but... They can take on b6 then. I guess so, because c3 just falls. My king is really weak, that's a problem. It's a big problem. Yeah, I mean... This was not nice. I cannot play king g2 to defend. Because of that. And that case... Some queen f2. Okay, I'll try that. Queen checks. Okay, king g1 has to be played. Brexit still is coming. Yeah, it is really not so nice of him. Did I go here to prevent checks? Or f3? Now I'll go here, and if d4... I don't know, I might try to put the rook behind. Oh wow. Rook e2 and not d4. But okay, what can I really do? What else then? Queen f3 even is there. Okay, check expected. Okay, now I need to play king f1. Rook h2 I expect, okay. So rook there instead. Oh wow, and my opponent is just slowly getting to me. And there is really nothing I can do. But yeah, now this check and I can resign. And it was all... Yeah, I can resign. I'm losing the queen. But it was really all just because of that b4 move. That's the only reason. I could have just back up with the queen. Where was it? Yeah, in this position. b4 and... Yeah, I mean, it is not that it would be losing. It of course was not. But it made a clear target and weakness to play for as black. And that's the problem. For example, queen d2, as I was saying. Okay, c4 is indeed the best move. Which I was thinking about as well, exploiting this. But even if I would just back up to d2, Apparently, b4 was better, but in my opinion, it would be simply easier to play. Yeah, if you get something same as happened, apparently b4 is the best move. But yeah, from human perspective, simply c3 and yeah, okay, bishop c5 is what the engine hates, but yeah, from human perspective, it would be just easier to play. Okay, 2 games where I know that I messed up, and I can learn from that. But now I would like to get a win. This, I guess it is possible, and it is played. Now I'm actually getting something similar that I played the game before, just with colors reversed. So hopefully I can take the game this time. A3 was played, okay. Quite a normal idea though. H6 I should go for. Until I'll just drop my knight to E7. Wow, maybe instead of H6 I forget about those ideas. But okay. No, they don't work. So I guess I'll just continue with this plan. This position, it should be good. When the knight is on f3, it should be even better. Usually the knight is on e2 or on e7 when you play the closest lane. And yeah, when the knight is on f3, just g4 becomes easier, and there are no f4 breakthroughs. It's quite a usual counterplay for white there. Pawn to e4 I really don't like, honestly. Really don't like for him, because yeah, I'll just play f4. Just go for red. And okay, I wanted to say that if d4 is an idea, then it's a bit crazy. Because yeah, it is. This bishop will be basically dead on h1, and I'll play up a piece. Basically. I'll simply play g4. And that's it. That's it, I'm getting a piece. Not actually, but the bishop will be just dead on h1. Really? Knight h4 and not d5 first? Now I can't even think about capturing. But then something like f3 might happen. I think that f3 myself first just is the way to go. And okay, bishop h1, and now I can even take with the knight. Like this, I hit my opponent's knight, and then maybe I could even take there. But it is interesting, but I feel like this just... I'm just dominating now. Pawn up, the bishop is just basically not on the board. Like, if you remove it, it's basically the same. I mean, I guess the best thing is to just sack it, you know, because you are not getting out of this as white. So, you know, this is not just one. It is. And it's not that there even would be a counterplay or anything. There isn't even a counterplay. Like, what do you do as white? That's the reason why I chose the knight capture over the pawn capture. Because then I was not sure about... Okay, I mean, h3, yes, you can try that, but h5 is the response. Yeah, I was not sure about that. If I go for that, the center opens up. Okay, so here it is. So how do I recapture? That should not matter that much. Yeah, I'll take back with the pawn. And if I want to take now, I can. And I should. Although the knight is really beautiful there. So do I want to take on h3 first, maybe? Really should not think about it that much. Yeah, I'll just eliminate the bishop as well. Now, yeah, I'm up a piece at this point. Up a full light squared bishop. Oh my gosh. Really? Really? Okay, I'll take that. Up a full rook now. These pieces are not doing anything. And yeah, I can even do this. This is just destruction. Oh wow. There is even a bishop on b2. Yeah, like I'm enjoying this game. Not gonna lie. But I genuinely enjoyed it. Genuinely enjoyed this one. So hopefully the next game will go the same direction. Okay, just d5, knight c6. This is the opening I play most of the time. The other opening that I play is Sicilian. I use that occasionally. And then, well, I also played the Burst Defense when I was like really young. Okay, so we can get the martial attack. I'll go for it. I actually played it, and yeah, I don't have a really good success with it. I really don't. But I enjoy it. Since I know that it is a great idea. And okay, d4. I know what is that actually. All opponents just accepted it. And I know that it is quite bad not to accept the gambit. So what do I play? Because I'm out of the book now. Bishop g4, is it something? No, I don't think so. I think you just gotta take. This is fine. And yeah, now I'm playing it against an isolated d-pawn. That's a great outcome. Also, I can place the bishop on f6. And it's already targeting the d4 pawn. Okay, knight there. And I don't want to take. At the same time, if I don't take and move away, d5 will come. So the last option is bishop e6. It is not that it would be losing for white, definitely not, but I think that if I haven't missed anything drastically, tactically, should be slightly better. Wow, bishop there, so I can win the bishop pair if I want to. Basically just immediately. Pawn takes, yeah, that would be forced. Then I could take there as well. But then I would lose my bishop pair. But I wanna do this. Yeah, that's for sure good. That is definitely good. And if bishop c2, I'll get knight c4. Okay, so the traits are coming. But that's fine. I was okay with them. Get a backward c pawn though. That is true. Can I just take on a2? Most likely not, right? There is a knight. There is a knight. Yeah, this is coming. Okay, I'm getting slight deja vu from that game with b4. Now it is b5. But the pawn is isolated, so like it should be fine. But for some reason it doesn't appear to me right now that it is. Why is so? Well, I don't know. Let's just play c6. I had to make a move. There's a rapid time control after all. Just drawing ideas. For white, most likely not that shift, but just rook c5 is a square that just makes sense. Okay, now I no longer have c4 for the knight. I no longer have that. So I assume knight b7, and this is a logical maneuver. Should decide this rook first, maybe. Yeah, it just turned out that I don't know. That I don't know where to put that rook. So I'll go to d8 and then rook c8 to defend my backwards pawn. Yeah, really nice. Maybe should have just dropped back. Thank you. Yeah, maybe should have just dropped back to b7. Thank you, thank you. Again. Okay. Queen e7. Is that the square? Yeah, I think so. I wanna get the knight to d6 eventually, so I need to have space for that. If, say, queen c2, just rook c1, okay, so my opponent hits the knight directly, so I can just drop it back anyway. Attack the rook. No, it's not a possibility. It's not close, but it is not. Okay, rook c8, and now I might be able to push c5. In that case, we would both get rid of our weaknesses, even though there's a bishop as well. Okay, my opponent is doubling up there. Makes sense. But I'm defending that, right? Come up and attack it in some way. Actually, it is possible if I play knight d6. This takes... it would be fine. There's a back rank though. In that case, yeah, I'll play knight d6. That is the only active move. But I had to see a couple moves ahead for this one. Because really, knight d5 takes. Knight goes somewhere, not really sure where yet. But then queen takes, rook takes, and then there would be a pawn. So yeah, I'm gonna take. And then, yes, where to put the knight, because we are not heading down that line, are we? I think that knight f5 is better. Even though it is hard to tell. But yeah, I'll go there. I can also defend c6 if needed. But yeah, there is the thing with the back rank. Checkmate. I also have a weak back rank though. But I will be checkmating first. So okay, we are trading queens anyway. Now this pawn, even though it is defended only once and attacked twice, it will survive. Okay, bishop dodges. Can I play c5? I would really like to, but I cannot. I cannot do that. As I said, I can go back and defend that pawn once more. But I would like to do something active instead. Would the trade be fine? Yeah, I might be dropping a pawn. Because then I would be weak along the back ring. Be dropping a pawn there. There is that, so I guess h5. Yeah, okay, I just gotta move as well. 3 minutes against 6. Yeah, h5, I'm making that room. I assume that my opponent will do the same somehow. Yeah, so f4. But that might be okay. No, there's this pawn as well. That is problematic. Okay, I'll go back to e7. As I said, it is a square that defends that pawn, but I really wanted to go there instead. Now I can go there. And the rooks are not attacking the pawn right now. Because the bishop is blocking that. But me, yeah, I mean, I'm hitting the pawn right now. Yeah, so g3 defends. And then bishop d6 is a threat. I think I can even call it a threat. Maybe passive defense was a bad idea. Maybe it was. h4 does not do anything, unfortunately. So I gotta figure out something fast. Yeah, and I don't see it very likely. Guess I'll just go here and I might sack the exchange. No, it is still not working out. Still not working out though. Why would I do that? No, the exchange sack is not working out. I wanted to sack the exchange. In that case, I'm screwed. I mean, come on. Come on, yeah, I was left with that weakness and actually that... Oh, come on. Another loss for such a weakness. Like, really? Is that necessary? Is that, like, really necessary? To be? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I dropped under 1 minute, which is not great. Because I'm maybe seeing ways to try and hold it. If, for example, we get into this second game. And if this. Okay. Oh yeah, let me see. This is a really interesting situation. With those rocks like this, but this is the result. Now, of course, when I get the second rank. Yeah, that just made sense. Just made a lot of sense. At least the king is cut off. I just realized that that is a really good thing. But still, I should be lost. But maybe I can start creating checkmate threats. But now I'm stuck. Yeah, oh my gosh. There is an idea that draws. I think I got a draw. I think I got a draw. I'm not entirely sure yet. Yeah, I've got a draw. That is insane. Insane save. Maybe not though. Like, you have to come back with the rook now. You cannot take the g7 pawn. Oh, and that's why... Wow. Yeah, king g4 was just better. Oh my god, 20 seconds. Okay, I'll try this. Wait, this might be a draw as well. I think this is a draw as well. And if it is, then it is absolutely insane. My opponent... No. My opponent is not gonna do that. I can even offer a draw because I see it. And this declined. Okay. Interesting. Oh, it might not be a draw lead. Oh shoot. It is not. Although, no. Yeah, with more time I could fight maybe. Oh yeah, man, okay. So it is not a draw. But really close. If the pawn would have been captured, it would be a draw. And maybe king g4 was a move that was drawing that. I'm not sure. And yeah, now even if it is, I'm not able to do that in time. Now it might be a draw now. About 3 seconds on the clock. And yeah, okay. The clock was the problem indeed, but yeah, because I was 37 minutes earlier, but this is a draw as well, I think. Oh, okay, it's not. It's not apparently. Yeah, because of the breakthroughs, but this is. Yeah, this definitely is, but that was for sure. But I'm interested in this moment. No, king g4 is still a draw. And here, you can even take on g7. Yeah, I assume you can. But in this position you can't. Yep. In this position you can't, and this was a draw I was banking on. Because white cannot escape that. It was a draw indeed, that fucking game. But yeah, it was about the clock. Which we both knew, I guess. At least happy for the comeback. Even though it did not work out in a sense that would be converted. If you are getting the open Sicilian, this time I wanted to switch things up a little. Playing the Lowenthal Kalashnikov variation. King knight c3, a6, b5. Yep, so knight d5 played. Now I can go back to Svashnikov lines. Or I can play bishop e6. Bishop d3. It might be a move, but in that case I'll just immediately take and I've accomplished what I wanted to do. So yeah, I think I'm happy now. Even though I need to do something with the knight. It's not as easy. This row would be ideal, but then sacks there are problematic. And this one, just c3 and knight is to lose. In that case, is knight on b4 okay? If the bishop, for example, just goes back, it's gotta have to be. It's gotta have to be okay on b4. Bishop moves, I assume, otherwise I even get the bishop back, and the pawn structure in the center really should favor me. no c4 will come and it will create bigger mess. Okay, bishop e4, I was expecting that. I was. And I wanted to play knight f6. Against that, hitting the bishop again. And adding another attacker to the d5 pawn. Bishop f... okay, f3. That cannot work. That cannot be working out simply. This cannot be the play. I just get the pawn, and I assume just king f1, and it's not like checkmate. But yeah, I should get these two pawns. I'm getting one on the next move. But I think I'm getting d5 pawn as well. And then bishop e7 and castle. And I'm just about to, okay, my opponent immediately resigns. Which is great. That was really just misplayed. Yeah. Don't know why f3 played. Bishop f3 just felt normal, and actually queen f3 even better. But I was thinking of bishop f3 only and queen f3, and why this advantage? Quite big. Okay. Wow, this was not even good, so I was not supposed to take. Okay. And by the way, I think that bishop e6 is a bit early. Yeah, I think that in this position you are supposed to play one of these moves. Or bishop e7. Okay, apparently, but yeah, knight f6 is the best move to go back in to Sveshnikov, but yeah, then yeah, maybe most likely it is a move, but I know that knights are coming to e7. How about playing c4 this game? How about that? Okay, so we are not getting d5 on the third move, so we are not getting it on the fourth move either. Come on. Bishop b4. Okay. Knight d5. And now a5 is the best reply, I think. And against that, I just don't take. I just ignore it and I develop somehow. Even though, how did I do that? Like, knight f3 would just be okay. I was looking at this theory not so long time ago. But it seems like my opponent doesn't know it either. So that's good. You can also go back like to c5, I'm pretty sure. Something like that. But I know that a5 is the best, and then yes, you can take, but then black is already better with the open a file. So I know that you're supposed to do something else, and it was just something completely normal and natural. But okay, so bishop c5 instead. Fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah, right now, I can play g3. I can. And I will. I will. Do I want to place knight on f3 anyway, or play it with e3, knight e2? I can also now just spin the knight. Okay, that seems like something. That seems like something good is going on in this game. If a6... Oh. Oh, I was actually... Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I fell for it myself. I was actually showing you this trap, this kind of trap, quite a lot of times already, also today, in one of the games. And now I fell for it myself. Oh my gosh. Cannot believe it. I'll just go back to G2, but what is it actually? It is just a pawn, right? Yes, it is. If I can recover the king, then it is just a pawn. but now I just feel dumb because I was showing the exact same trap at least a couple times. And yeah, now I fell for it, but okay. Okay. It just happened. That's how it is. That's how I have to take it. And that is at least maybe funny for you. I don't know. I'll just try to recover. But rook f1. Okay, this knight is coming. I guess it makes sense. But there is no e4, so yeah, I'll just go back. Although watch out for forks. Okay. Okay. e3. Yeah, that should be okay. And I think that I'm emerging just on that pawn. So still playable. Still playable. Consolidating somehow. And if you think about it, I even got a lead in development. At least right now. Yeah, I'll go there. G2. To prevent bishop from coming to h3. And then is this a thing? Okay. It is prevented. With c6. I feel like I need to push on the queen side. And also use the f-file. Use the f-file for an attack. I wanted to play b4, but b4 and then c5. Okay, it is prevented. With classic a5. Classic a5. Okay, queen d2. Guess. Just make a move. Bishop e6 prepares. d5, I assume. Okay, I'll strike anyway. Down a pawn. So you wanna look at potential endgames. that we could play, and which one are drawish and which one are not. For example, I really don't think that I want to get down to a bishop endgame necessarily. My opponent wants to double up, that's apparent. Oh no, that hangs up on. Now I'm thinking for all the really quite some time now. I don't see a clear move. Clear favorite by this point. Which is not so nice. Oh, I cannot do that either. Come on. Come on, make a move. Think of something. This is definitely something. Rook a5, I decided to go with that. Not even sure whether the pawn structure like this is good. I mean, I played it only because of I'm getting a tempo on the queen. That's all. That's all. But I might get something on the b file in return maybe. So it is not that bad. And well, I would like to get a rook endgame out of this. Most likely. Okay, yeah. Queen goes there. Now rook b1. And yeah. This is what is happening now. Yeah, I would be completely fine. I'm quite fine with the trade, so that's quite about it. Although this can happen. In that case, I want to play this to force the trade. Although if queen takes, I don't have to take the queen then. Hold on, I can do this. Although most likely not. That would not be nice. But I can just take on b7 with the queen, for example. That's one I can do. And if bishop defends, then I can take. And there are checkmate ideas, which is great. Which is great, and it might not be that easy. Even though keep in mind that I'm still down a pawn, missing the f pawn. I would really love to have one on f2. That would be great. Also, even just this would be an improvement. Like, yeah, the pawn structure would just be better. Even though I would not get the pawn back, but I got this, and it is what it is, but it's not hopeless so far. And I've actually created something with that rook a5, so it was not a complete waste of 1.5 minutes. Because now my opponent is wasting 1.5 minutes as well. And okay. Just g6 is played. But with that, am I not winning the pawn back? Am I not just winning the pawn back? I think I am, and the end game will be crazy. I mean, I can take there as well. Then there. I know, I would not like getting checked first. Okay, now it is not that easy for me to decide on what to play, because if I take queen takes, okay, then I might be able to just take on c6 and get away with that, even though no. This would not be so nice. Yeah, okay, I'll just take on b7. And yeah, I was expecting that. I'll just defend my second rank in that case. Now this pawn is under attack 2 times. So basically unstoppable. And c5 is not working. If rook e7, I give a check and I'm fine. We might see a turnaround here, ladies and gentlemen, but just might. Just might. You know, that's the thing. We might. Okay, if I take, bishop takes, and if I take, queen takes, e4, but I can just take on c6. Yeah, I can do that. Oh wow, okay. Did not see this one coming. Did not see that one coming, really. So we are now equal pawns. We have equal pawns. I'm hitting the rook, which is good. But also my king is just significantly weaker here. Right now. And that's not good. Yeah, I'll try this defense. Okay, so we are trading. I assume my opponent will just start. Oh wow. I can take the pawn on c4. Now I'm up a pawn actually. And I'm hitting the bishop as well. We might start to see that turnaround actually. It is most likely already happening. A draw should be quite easy here. If I want that. If that's my goal. But I don't want to spend way too much time. Yeah, I can go there and defend this pawn as well. I don't mind trading everything. Yeah, but it might just be a draw. Okay, let's repeat once again. Okay, so my opponent sneaked in. And I hope that is fine. And I'm now many down, which might be the deciding factor. I'm running my king up the board. Well, if I think I'm getting mated. But I got this. Thankfully. Can block. Can push. And then I can block actually with the queen. But it is complicated to play this. It's just 40 seconds. Of course it is. Okay, let me push the G pawn. Not sure whether that was a great decision. My gosh, that's so little time. To think about anything. Really. It is. Okay. My gosh. Oh no! I let him sneak in. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Okay. We are getting the draw. Am I fast enough? I have to be. Oh my gosh. Oh, we got that indeed, but I feel like it might have been winning. And indeed, yeah, I'm happy for a draw because I was so close to dropping down. Yeah, how about... Yeah, I mean, it was just a draw. It was a draw, of course. But the pawn up, I had chances. And with the result being peaceful after all, it is fine that I played on. If I would have lost, I definitely would be regretting it right now. Okay, let's try the English again. Let's go for it again. G6, okay, so just playing King's Indian against my English. Okay, Rook B1. Immediately A5. But I can still strike. A4 not possible. Do I want that though? I'll play Queen C2 first. And okay, now E3, and now, okay, I cannot play B4. But still shouldn't be that bad. That was not able to execute the plan immediately. I can execute it later, maybe. Okay, there is a battery being set up right now. I can play h4. Maybe even scare my opponent a little bit. Yeah, there it is. Now, as long as I don't castle, the battery will be useless. So I might try to stall a little bit with the move like knight d5. It also supports b4, and if knight takes, I'll take back with the pawn. And I might get a really nice Sicilian kind of pressure along the c-file. Bishop most likely going in that way. Or I can also just take as well, eliminate one of the defenders. But I think that I'm just fine with this. Also maybe... yeah, that might be the play. Knight c3. That seems good. Why not? I might take then and put the other knight on d5. And hit the bishop again. Also e4 available. Maybe after knight e7. Takes. Knight e4. Knight g5. Yeah, I got something here. And I will most likely have to castle eventually. But simply as long as I don't, the battery just sits there and it cannot really do anything. Okay, so knight took on d5. So they want to take back with the pawn now. Knight would have to move somewhere. And then knight b5 would be possible. Oh no, it would not. It would not be possible. So yeah, it would move somewhere and then the pressure would be there. And knight e4 may be possible. But no, let's just keep it simple and recapture with a knight. Now the knight backs up. And now I think it is the point in time where I just leave it. And develop my last piece. Maybe to c3 to counter the bishop. Also making room for the rook along the c-file. Another supported the b4 push, but one thing I don't like about b4 is simply the fact that it opens up that rook for free. Which is one thing that I'm having problem with. And right now, actually, is the time to castle. Yeah, right now is the time to castle. There is no battery. If the bishop goes back, I can play like king h2. That's exactly what I was waiting for. And it came. It was exactly what I was waiting for, and okay. Bishop goes back, exactly as I was saying. And now just king h2. And it is prevented. Successfully for now. Okay, now knight f5, trying to remaneuver the knight somewhere. Where was it even? Oh yeah, there. Okay, makes sense. There's the only square. Actually, it is. So am I going to finally push b4? I should. Yeah, it's time. It's time to open up the rook. I'll get the rook to the a file as well, no matter what, so... Yeah, I wasted a move. 2 moves actually, but it's okay. It is fine. Now, okay, so there is no longer a battery. But I guess what is a sacrifice setup? Right? Is that so? I think that it would not be working right now, but it is dangerous. I'll fight for the a file. I think I got time for that. But it is heating up. Okay, so this was most likely the original idea, just to play c6. Because now I don't have knight b6, which was there before. But still, sacrifices potentially are in the air. But I'm controlling the only open file, which is great. Can still play b5 and get something with it. It is most likely just a good thing to play, even on the next move. Knight d4, knight g5. Oh wow. Really? This? Okay, then I think that I'll just play e4. Oh. Takes, knight d4. And there's not so nice. Huh, okay. Then it is fine, I guess. Then it is fine. Yeah, I'll just do my stuff on the queen side and hope that I'm not getting destroyed with something like g5. Because yeah, even g5 is a move that I need to be worried and watch out for constantly. But the battery is set it up back again, which goes against those ideas. Sacrificial, which is great. Is it worth it? Okay, I'll play knight e4. I'm threatening this. But it can be dodged easily, and then what? Okay, maybe now knight g5. Okay, I gotta do something about this because it is under attack. Maybe bishop b4. Bishop b4 is an interesting move, and I like it. Thank you, it would be really nice to win this game. Against such a strong opponent, 2400. I've already beaten a couple, but still, it would be really nice. Have I played him? Actually, apparently I've already played this guy twice. I won once and lost. Okay, good to know. Interesting to know. Okay, so c5 blockade comes in. There was expecting it. Oh yeah, okay, I'll just drop back to d2. But of course comes at the price of that d5 square, which is very nice for my knight. Also maybe the bishop, like, it depends. But most likely the knight would like to remaneuver over to that square. And yeah, I think that most likely setting up rook queen battery on the a file would be a good thing as well. And my position is now just looking really good. Not gonna lie, I'm really happy about that position. So the thing is, I can go there at any point. So I'll do this instead. Just hit the pawn. How are you defending? You can do it with the rook. And yeah, that is how it's done. What happens to me if I go queen a4? I don't see anything happening. So I'll just double up on the a file. Maybe even this to trade it. I'll just try to even just win the b pawn. Knight is backing up as well. Running to help out. Hopefully it won't be enough. Oh yeah, I guess. Do I want to release the pressure? Oh, can I play it? I think it is possible. I think it is possible. Knight c8 does not work, thankfully. But if this works, then it is a beautiful move. Just hanging your queen to a pawn. Yeah, okay, so bishop c8. Bishop c8 played as a defense. But I might want to back up, or do I want to, or need to? Oh my gosh, I'm getting low on time. Yeah, honestly, I don't think that it is the best I can do. So I'll just back up. And in the process, I saw a better idea, and that might be getting the bishop to a5. It will be safer. It was a cool move. It was a cool move. But it cost me way too much time. 40 seconds and 40 seconds again. Okay, I'll go here. And d4, I'm not actually attacking now the b2 pawn, but it can change very easily. Against d5, I would be able to take there. Okay, I'll go here now and hit the bishop. And then I assume that I want to get the bishop in that way. He's just boxed in so much. And he's playing at 4 o'clock now. Okay, this was not a nice decision. Not too happy about it. Because I was thinking of this, but it's not, it doesn't do anything. This is what does it. But yeah, it is getting down to the time screen again. So it is anyone's game. Okay, I really need to be fast there. Yeah, I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe at all. Okay, knight is jumping in. Maybe I can get a queen trade. That would be good. Yeah, I don't think that knight f5 was right. Because I would really like to trade queens. I'm already up a pawn, actually. That f4 move was a sacrifice. We might be getting opposite bishops, though. And we are not. We are not getting them. Okay, I was thinking for way too long again. $40. Okay, he's down to 45 as well. Oh my gosh. I hope I'm not getting mated here. I'm ahead on the clock now. Oh my god, this is brutal. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll try to sneak in. 12 seconds, 10 seconds, oh my gosh. Yeah, okay, I'm in now, even on a chessboard. I would be even getting checkmate on the next move. Oh, but it was... I mean, this was something. This was really something. But yeah, really nice victory. I recovered from the early losses today. And yeah, really nice. Really nice. And with this one, I will end it for today. And yeah, I should start the stream daily again. I really should, because now I got nothing planned for more than a month straight. So I will see, and also I'll see when I'll stream, because yeah, it might be a couple hours earlier wherever you are. It might be like, I don't know, today I started like, yeah, it might be like maybe even 6 hours earlier. I'll have to make a final decision, but I would like to schedule a time that I would stream for 2 hours every day. And yeah, I'll make a post soon, hopefully. But yeah, it most likely will be earlier, so yeah, but it can change. It can differentiate, but I just wanted you to know. And with this,